Flying into the studio live from Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Todd Mckenny, a very good afternoon to you.
Hi, Leigh.
Did you like that intro, the little bit of music for you?
I did like that. And interestingly enough, in my one-man shows recently, I've actually been putting in some Bette Midler songs because she was such a great mate of Peter Allen.
Yes, yes.
And I got back into the world of her music and listening to some of her earlier albums. And I came across an album of hers called Live at Last, which was recorded in 1977 in Cleveland. And it was when she was first making it big. I tell you what, it's worth people going and having a listen to that. She was so great at singing those big ballads, but also her chat to the crowd is hilarious. And so I've been back in that world, so it was good to hear her doing Hello Dolly.
Well, I've made a note of that. Live at Last.
It's called Live at Last.
Yep,
yeah.
got it, okay.
And it's all of the old gags, it's the whole show recorded live. And
Isn't that beautiful?
It's really good. Yeah.
I'll get hold of it. Amazon's bound to have it, so
they've got it.
We'll get it for so. Yep, that's lovely. Well, you're one of the busiest guys around town, aren't you? From doing your own shows, you've got that Todd Mckenny sings Peter Allen. You're going to come down this way with a duet program with Georgie Parker. God, how are you fitting it all in?
I don't know. Georgie has literally just left my house. We've just had our first sing through of every song since we started. And I said to her, I don't know how I got this busy because at the moment I'm rehearsing 2 shows at the same time while performing in my own show. And I'm like, I feel like I've got multiple personalities.
A Jekyll and a Hyde, you reckon?
Well, the problem I've got is if I turn up in Peter Pan doing Peter Allen, then I'm in real trouble.
Well, you could do it, couldn't you? I don't know what Bolly Nisco would say to you, but I dare say there'd be some way of getting away with it.
Do you know what? I think Captain Hook, who I'm playing in Peter Pan, even though he's dastardly a dastardly character, I mean, he's got a bit of buffoon about him, and I'm playing him like a kind of almost like a clumsy, arrogant rogue, and I think a twist of Peter Allen in there to give it a bit of flamboyance might actually be on the card.
Well, I was going to say to you, do you camp it up? Being a panto, you're bound to do those sorts of things, surely.
Well, you do, and you camp it up in regards to you break down that fourth wall, and you have the luxury to talk to the audience, which is one of my favourite things to do. And so when the kids scream out and boo me, I'll tell them I'll poison their ice cream at interval and, stuff like that.
Good stuff. You haven't opened yet. You're opening in Queensland, aren't you?
We're opening on the Gold Coast, and then we come to Sydney, and then we come to Melbourne.
Go to Melbourne, yes. Looking forward to that very, very, very much. How are your rehearsals going?
Well, they're good. At the moment, I'm trying to multitask, because in amongst everything, I'm trying to still keep my fitness regime up. So I've been learning the Peter Pan script while on the treadmill at the gym, which is a great way of kind of making the time go fast so I don't, curse the treadmill, and also a good time to just read the script again and again. So I've now got the script under my skin. I know it, and I've got about 4 songs that I have to sing in the show, and now I'm just working on those, and I start rehearsals proper with the whole cast and Bonnie Lisco on Monday on the Gold Coast.
Todd, your gym, I take it this is at home, not an outdoor gym?
No, I go to the gym.
You do go to gym?
Yeah, I bought a home gym at not the house I'm in now, but a previous house, and I ended up hanging the washing on it. And so I just didn't use it. And so it was stupid because it was in my garage.
Yeah.
So my car was parked in the driveway getting, weather beaten, and my gym wasn't getting used in the garage. So I find if I make myself go to the gym, I get a lot more done.
The reason I ask is I can just see you doing your lines down there at the gym, and the other guy's standing around. You say, "What the hell is this guy doing?"
Yes, I know. No, they know me. I've been going there for a few years now. They know. And the other weird thing they do is if ever I'm on TV, they've got this whole bank of TV, like a big TV wall where they play film clips and all different stations, Yeah. And whenever I'm on, the owner of the gym puts like 14 TVs on the program I'm on. So the people who travel must be going, "God, what a megalomaniac!"
Tell us about your who's playing Peter Pan?
Tim Madron, his name.
Oh, right,
the guy, Tim.
The high five.
Yeah, high five.
That's it.
Yeah, he was ex-High Five. He's a small-framed guy and has that kind of elf-like quality and a voice which just doesn't quit. very, very Peter Pan, and yes, he'll be fantastic. Actually, he's a guy to watch. Actually, in musical theatre, he was recently in Dream Lover, the David Campbell show,
and that's coming down to Melbourne at Christmas.
Which is coming to Melbourne, and urge people to go to that. The production is brilliant, but apart from that, David's performance is probably the best thing I've ever seen David do. And yeah, so Tim was in that, and so he's having a great success in his career at the moment.
It's going to be great to see a pantomime down here in Melbourne. We get some pantomimes in the shopping centres and so on, but to go back to the days of, well, I don't know about you, but when I was young, way back in the 1950s, we had pantomime at the Tivoli and the Princess Theatre all around the place. And at Christmas time, you go along as kids and take all this stuff in, and it was often an introduction to theatre for lots of kids.
Oh yeah, well it is. And the other thing, this is a pantomime on a big scale. So this is like doing a major musical. You just do it in a very short amount of time. You do it during just school holidays. So it's a big production. It's come out from London. The set's come out from London. The script has been written specifically for Australia with Australian references in there. But the thing I love most about it is, unlike theatre, this is really set on two different levels. So there's little jokes that that mums and dads and the adults will get, and then they will go over the kids' heads. And then there's booing and the interaction, which is purely aimed at the kids. So it's like you're doing two shows for two different audiences as the same show. It's an interesting concept.
When you were growing up in the West, did you ever go to pantomimes over there?
We did, and I saw Peter Pan. Oh,
you saw Peter Pan?
Yeah, I saw Sandy Duncan do Peter Pan.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, and she flew, and it was the first time I'd ever seen anybody fly in a theatre. And we've got a flying system in ours, so Wendy and Peter Pan, Tinkerbell and the Lost Boys, they all fly around the theatre. So they've started that flying rehearsal actually today, because that's quite a daunting prospect.
Yes, it would be.
To be hoisted up in the air and in a harness and then try and sing and while you're upside down.
Aren't you glad you didn't have to do that?
Yes.
You've got the hook on your arm, that'll do.
I've got the hook and that'll do. And what I thought I might do, and I'm still tossing up whether I'm actually going to do this, I'm just deciding whether I might, throughout the show, change arms. Just see if anybody notices. Have the hook on the right hand and maybe act two, put it in the left.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Good on you. What a thought.
It will be fun.
That's the cylinders coming out of you, isn't it?
No, totally. Yeah, no, totally. When Bonnie Lithgow invited me to do the show, I said my only prerequisite was that I get booed. I said, I want to get officially booed. And she said, Todd, if they don't do it, I'll start it myself.
Bonnie told me a few months ago that she wanted you all the way along.
Yeah, she did. She's been asking me for years. This is her third pantomime in Australia, although it's only ever played Sydney before. She did Cinderella and Aladdin, and they were great successes. And so she's asked me to be in both of those, and my timing just hasn't worked out. And this time she said, Todd, I'm doing Peter Pan. I want you as Captain Hook. I'm not taking no for an answer. And so I was a bit scared of her. So I said, yeah, okay.
How do you go about learning your lines? Do you have any trouble doing that?
Do you know what, funnily enough, it's a memory, it's a muscle memory. It's like anything. And I haven't had to learn a major script like this for a long time, and I have actually struggled with this one.
Have you?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things is apart from being on the treadmill, there's not a lot else you can do in your day when you're learning a script other than just sit down and read it and read it and read it and read it. And so I find that hard because I'm not a sit-still type of guy. And so, yes, this has taken me a bit longer, but I think it's like anything, I was talking to Georgie Parker about this because she's on Home and Away. She's learning new scripts every week. And she said nowadays she can just look at a page, it's almost photographically implanted on her mind, and she can literally put the book down and go and do the scene, where I'm just out of practice. So this one has taken me a while, yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing it down here in Melbourne. It's coming here on the 21st of July. That's the opening. I think you might preview the night before, the 20th.
We do, and it runs through to the 30th.
Yes, the 30th. So it's a nice season there, and it's a great theatre. Of course, you've played there before, the Comedy Theatre in Melbourne.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And we must mention that you're coming down here singing Peter Allen, the 20th anniversary. You're in Victoria, October the 14th. At Ringwood, and 2 nights there, and then you're out at Terrelgan on the 10th of November. And, of course, the duets, as you said, with Georgie Parker, September the 9th at 2 at Crown, and again at 7:30 that night at the Palms.
That's going to be really great fun. We're singing the world's most famous duets, everything from Islands in the Stream to Don't Go Breaking My Heart to sisters are doing it for themselves, to Baby It's Cold Outside, Frank and Nancy Sinatra. Like, it's a real variety show, and Georgie and I are loving it, so come along.
Looking forward to seeing that one too. I'll get hold of you later on and talk to Georgie Parker and see what she says about it all too. You take care, pal, and all the best for Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Looking forward to it, and I know the kids are too.
Thanks, Lee. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, pal. Okay, bye-bye to you.